Welcome to Post and Perspectives. My name is Swift Aderinto. If you're wondering what this is all about, basically it is the feedback of what you say to us. We want to read out because we care about you and what you say and what you, especially those of you who take out your time to go to our social media platforms to comment. Don't forget, we are on every platform at Souk News TV. So let's jump right into it. So the first comment for the day comes from Joe, and Joe says commitment. And of course, this one is on the topic Tinubu pledges youth empowerment. And this person says commitment in Dioshi. Okay. Oh, that's wonderful. And the next person is Godson, and Godson says, we will nala. I don't understand. I'm so sorry, man. And you say May 2023, bunch of lazy people always talking and doing nothing. And of course, this is also for the same pledges, Tinubu pledges for youth empowerment. They also, on that Tinubu pledges for youth empowerment, Momo comes in and says, another comic relief from the most clueless, confused government in the history of Nigeria. Wow, all these attacks. Another one again, and this is from Frederick, and Frederick takes his time, and he says, we will. 2 years after election, Tinubu and his crew are still campaigning. 2 important years wasted in attacking Obi. When we will come to actualization. By 2026, they will move from we will to we need. Then it will be, we need another 4 years to clear the mess. Buhari, alias, it would be too late. Make hay while the sun shines. Thank you, Frederick. And of course, the next one we're going to be talking about, which we treated, was FG pumps 1 trillion to boost primary health care. I'm personally very into this. And the first person is Ibukun Tayo Daniel. And Tayo says, I want to see accountability here. Of course, at this point, I am about to engage somebody because I know he's very into healthcare. Let me talk to you, Priye. Priye, what do you think about the healthcare thing? I know you've been discussing it all morning, and somebody is saying, I want to see accountability. Is it important there should be accountability with the healthcare reforms?
Yes, I think it is apt. It is. That statement, the government should hold it with both hands. And before you read a post that someone was calling the government clueless, I don't think the government is clueless. The government is not clueless because it has some of the most intelligent people in the cabinet. And I can say Ali Party is one of them. But the thing is, if we're hearing the 1 trillion naira for 60,000 health workers, the 50 billion naira for some other training of health workers, the 400,000 health workers that needed to be trained, and the $933 million that we talked about, I think Ali Party should make sure, because even though the buck stopped at the president's table, history is going to demand accountability, and Ali Party will be known as that who occupied the seat of the Minister of Health during Tinubu's administration, and he will be assessed based on that. So accountability is a critical requirement. You see what I said? Accountability is critical.
The next comment I have is from Adeyemi, and Adeyemi says, this is commendable if true. It should be enforced to the smallest and the most remote local government. Doctor, let me engage you on this one. I know you are very into, local government, and he's saying, Adeyemi is saying that it should be enforced. That's the money for healthcare to the most, even the smallest local government. What's your take on that, sir?
Well, I think today when we hear some figures, some people's head trip, and I think that's a big problem here. So trillion naira look big, but when you put it into the 33,000 primary healthcare centers across the federation, what you're going to find is less than 30 million per healthcare system. How this is able to really give a take-off for the healthcare system is leads to be desired. And I think that's why what Dr. said while on the show became really very, very cheering for me, because where there's no vision, energy is wasted. And I think that government must sit down to plan primary health care and look at what we're doing. Okay, we're going to do 3 states per geopolitical zone in a fiscal year, and maybe in 10 years or thereabout, the primary healthcare system in Nigeria would have been fully attended to.
Never disappoints, my doctor. All right, so moving on. And also, I have another doctor here. I have Dr. John in the comment section. And he says, this aligns nicely with what we have been championing. He says, enhanced health financing from PHCs has the cornerstone for fortifying the health system. Now, the critical need lies in establishing a robust mechanisms that ensure programs implementation with efficiency to achieve their outcomes. And so, the last one on this says 1 trillion is actually small if they want to really carry out this initiative. Let's just say no PHCs in the country presently. Every local government area needs at least a minimum of 3, and we have about 774 LGs. We all know that 1 trillion will be stolen at the end of the day. Blessing, I know you are very, 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 very sentimental towards funds that are put into government and people steal. What's your take on this?
I think every Nigerian should be sentimental about it because it's our collective wealth. So wherever it is going to, we should open our eyes, maybe permit me to use the street word, shine our eyes to ensure that that money gets to the right place. But for those who are saying 1 trillion naira will be stolen, I don't think that that's going to be the case. And I'm hoping it's not the case at the end of the day. For you to steal 1 trillion naira, just all of it, maybe some will be stolen, but a lot needs to be done. Scrutiny, proper planning. Where is this money going to? How many local governments are going to benefit? Let's have the names of those local governments. Let's have the location of those primary healthcare centers. What is going to change in each local government? Then it will be easy for Nigerians and those who are in charge to monitor and say, okay, for XYZ local government and for this number of healthcare centers, we say we're going to buy more beds. We're going to train 10 staff, doctors, nurses, and maybe those who are going to be there to support them. This is specifically what we're going to do, not just say, well, this is what we're going to use 1 trillion naira to improve. Yes. What are you going to improve? So except we have clearly mentioned things to be done, it'll be hard to track what's happening there.
I love you already. Thank you so much. All right, so the last comment on this says, and this one is from A. Putu, and he says, a commendable initiative investing 1 trillion in primary healthcare and training 60,000 workers is a step in the right direction. Hopefully, the funds are properly utilized for real impact. Bless just took that one out of the table. And the last comment session we are having is from Shettima reaffirms Tinubu's commitment to SMEs. And Iyala says, these are the things we need for economic growth. Talking about economic growth, if you and I don't put our hands together, Nigeria wouldn't do well. I'm about to leave you, but don't worry. I'm handing you over to one person that I can trust will make your day. He's the king of sports, and I call him Honorable Chucks. Don't go anywhere.
All right, from the world of sports, we end the show. Thank you so much for being a part of it by sending your comments to Post in Perspective. Was great. But for all those who use very, very not nice languages, I understand the frustration that some Nigerians have regarding how things have been going, but we can only be hopeful for better. And so it should not be good when we use such words on our leaders. Whether you like it or not, they are still our leaders as long as another election has not happened to change those who are in authority. So let's speak good things and hope that Nigeria becomes better even while we constructively criticize. I'm Blessing Daichi. I've been doing the show today with Priya Krumali and Dr. Dausa Osameze.
Well, it's been a nice one. Nigeria is already better. There's so much happening. There are hopes that are high, and I can't wait to leave the set to go take my crypto from Chooks, as he has mentioned. So all things are falling in pleasant places, and I think this is a generation that will have the godly heritage.
Okay, some prophecies from the man of God.
Well, I like when Chooks mentioned about $96 million a company made that.
That man talks a lot of money.
Maybe that's what I'm going to talk to him about when we leave set. My name is Priya Krumale. Thanks for watching.